Hey, it's all giving you the World of Warcraft, and it is Friday, December 9th. Thank goodness, it's time for the news. There ain't too much of a top kind of thing for the week, although there was another patch build this week. Along with that are player responses and Blizzard responses and stuff like that. Most of what's been going on with this build of the 7.15 patch is like number tuning. Little interesting thing that came up is that instead of straight up information that can be easily data mined and read and maybe misunderstood by players, Blizzard is instead informing players that they're applying these certain kinds of auras that will enhance classes like outright. Let's pretend like a Shadow Priest, they have this magical aura thing that's going to make them do like 5% more damage. The reason behind that is to kind of help very quickly offset some of the other changes that they're making to certain skills, secondary stat coefficients, legendaries, artifacts, and so on and so forth. So at least for right now, I know it is really tempting to take a look at MMO Champion or Wowhead or what have you and take a look at the different kinds of number changes and start panicking, but just don't do that quite yet. It's okay, of course, to be concerned about things like mechanical changes, but when it comes to these kinds of number changes, at least hold up just for a little bit and see if there are any other number modifiers that might not be easily seen. And the 7.15 patch itself isn't going to be coming out until after the holidays, so maybe January or sometime. They still haven't given an exact date, but well, stay tuned. This week, Blizzard has started doing testing on the cool little micro holidays that were announced during BlizzCon. So starting this week and extending all the way up to, I believe, Christmas Eve, they're going to be testing out one of the 9 holidays each and every day. I know that these micro holidays, like content-wise, aren't a huge deal, but it seems to be a really nice gesture from Blizzard, and it looks like the player response has been largely positive with regards to just setting up small organic events like these that are easy to develop and maintain, and provide at least a little bit of significance and kind of a break from the normal grind. Like I said earlier, along with the new PTR build that was deployed, Mr. Director guy Ian Hazzikostas held another Q&A that focused mostly on the kinds of numbers and mechanical changes that are coming to each and every class and spec. And that makes sense. This patch is all about class changes, and obviously that's going to be the big topic that people are going to be asking about. There were a couple things that broke away from it that were still kind of related to the patch, such as artifact knowledge and artifact power, legendaries, and things like that. A part of me was hoping that at least some of the questions weren't so focused on, you know, the now, the up to the minute developments in Blizzard, but instead go over some of the longer term plans, such as what are they going to do about the whole social aspects of WoW, things like guilds. That's something that I push a lot, but it's okay. That's not what this upcoming patch is about. I'm just hoping that that conversation about other things that really concern players, that those conversations just don't die. And if you missed it and you want to give it a watch or a listen, I'm going to provide a link to the Q&A down below. I mentioned artifact power and knowledge just a little bit earlier, and to my surprise, someone actually maxed out their artifact weapon. Like, damn. Like, I thought I could be proud of myself for getting the 35th trait by, you know, finally unlocking it this week. So take this into context. I'm reading off Wowhead, and according to them, it takes 5,216,130 artifact points for the first 34 artifact trait things. In order to unlock the final trait, which is a 20-point stat modifier kind of thing, that requires 60,040,200 more artifact points. So for me, since the start of Legion, it took me like 5.2 million or so to get where I am now. Meanwhile, Cerli, or Curly, or I don't know how to pronounce it, not only does he have 12 times the amount of points that I've earned, but I'm sure that because of artifact knowledge and the way that multiplier works, he put that much more time, you know, way more than 12 times more work than I did in my artifact. Congrats to them though, they're done. Now of course this has no bearing on the average player. This was obviously someone who wanted to be first, and good God, he's first. Let's just hope he takes a break, cause damn, he needs one. Wait, was it a guy or a girl? You know, it doesn't matter. Congrats to them regardless. Just a reminder that there's another charity pet that's going for $10 over at the Blizzard store. Misc the Fel Cat is going to be available up until the end of the year, where the $10 that you put in is going to go towards the Make-A-Wish Foundation. If you like cats, then yay, go ahead and pick one up. If you don't like cats, but you know someone that happens to like cats, then well, buy one and gift it to them. And that's pretty much it for this week's news. I know it sounds light, but with the PTR build that came out, along with the Q&A, like I said, that there was a lot of very class-specific news that was going on that I'm not gonna go into very good detail here. I would advise double-checking places like class discussion forums, or at least taking a look at the Q&A that I had linked in the description below. So news is probably gonna be light for the rest of the year, especially with the patch coming after the holidays. But don't worry, I'm still gonna be reporting whatever it is that's WoW related, or if you guys are interested, like really interested, like let me know in want to comment below. If you want me to cover like more gaming news, things that maybe interest me or that might interest you guys, or things that you want me to at least talk about or cover, just let me know. Otherwise, thanks for coming. I'm going to be heading out for the weekend, and you guys have a good one. I'm Soul. Stay breezy, guys.